the dispatch ladies learned about me today. Anybody who knows me is probably thinking, oh God, Eric, what did you do? No, I didn't do anything. I was over there and they were finally quiet. They had no phone calls for a second. And I was like, I could not ever do y'all's job. And they're like, why? I was like, because I've heard the customers, like you telling them, like, no, we can't get to you today. And like, no, we can't just call someone off to go do you. And I hear you guys. And then they're like, so many. There's so many that want it done like right now. And we can. And then they get mad at us. But I was like, yeah, I could never do it. And like, why? What would you do? Like, well, with me, the way that, I mean, just based on, because they're really patient. I've heard them almost losing their patience several times today. And I've never ever seen the main dispatch lady. I have never seen her as aggravated as she was today. I've never seen her stressed out. She was like, no, I can handle it. I'm sure she can handle it, but she is obviously very stressed out. Like, she is, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw her yell at someone one day soon, because she was just, I could tell she was feeling that shit. So I was like, if it was me, man, there's like those customers that are bitching, especially the one that was like, you had to repeat yourself multiple times. We cannot send someone out today. We are booked, and we are so far behind. I would have said, like, it would have gotten to the point where I would have heard them yelling at me, and I would have been like, why are they yelling at me in my head? And then realize I told them to fuck off. Like, just, you know, go replaying the tape, you know? And they thought that was hilarious. And they're like, yeah, you could see, like, just the gush in them. Like, God, I wish I could tell them to fuck off. Sometimes, honestly, customer service, I don't know how it is in the rest of the world, but I can't believe everybody is like we are. You just can't let customers act that way. And I was telling them, I was talking to the lead dispatcher today on the way out, and I was like, when I worked at Toys R Us, there is this customer that was a problem. I got all kinds of problem customer stories, but this one I didn't handle very well, and they'd already pissed off everybody else. And I'm the type, like, if I see, like, I usually end up making, you know, and I usually like a bunch of people I work with. And in that case, the cashier they pissed off first, the dude that was working in sports, and the dude that was working over there in the, like, video games and board games and shit, I liked all of them, and all of them had been dealing with this asshole customer. And then the customer came to me. I was in girls that day for some reason. Girls and seasonal. And they started on me, and I'm like, you don't want to, like, you've done enough. And I was like, you need to stop. Like, I'm not gonna do this with you. Like, I've seen you doing, you know, arguing with all these people. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna go back there. I'm not gonna go look for shit back there, because you know it's not back there. We've told you it's not back there. It was like January, February. Like, there's nothing back there. There's nothing in the back. I can tell you, I'm a stock boy. There's nothing in the back. There's not. Like, there's literally nothing back there. Like, look, there's no overstock out here. We put stuff on overstock, and if stuff doesn't fit on overstock, then we put it in the back. There's not even any overstock. We're fucking out, dude. We're out of everything. We're coming up on inventory. This is the point. The point is to sell all of our shit over Christmas, Black Friday and Christmas, and then we do inventory while it's low. Then we restock through the year. This is how it works. And they were just fucking going on. I told a way shorter version of this story, but essentially they got to the point where they were just like, I was like, I'm not doing this. Like, you just need to shut up. I think I said shut up. But they got to the point where they were like yelling at me, and like they were on their way out yelling. And by now the manager had come over. She wasn't like interfering, but she was like listening. And the guy said, I'm never coming back. And I'm like, oh no, don't do that. And he was like, I'm serious. I'm never coming back to the store. I'm like, good. I started going to that route. Like, good. Don't come back. Like, nobody wants to deal with you here. Like, you're doing us a favor. Get out. And like, I turned to the manager's looking like, holy shit, you can't say that. Like, I told her while he was leaving, I was like, if you follow them and give them a gift card, I swear to God, Like, I'll fucking quit. Like, you better let them go. You better fucking let them go. Don't you dare go grab them and kiss their ass. Let them get the fuck out of here. Ain't nobody got time for any of that bullshit. And then she took me in the office, and I told her what I'd witnessed, and then I told her what he said to me. I'm not doing this shit. Fuck that guy. Like, I was already mad going into it, having witnessed what I saw. My favorite was the guy at Arby's. The guy was a dick. He was a dick for years. Well, I don't know about years, but I mean, he'd been a problem for so long. We knew what time he was going to come. We'd been putting on headsets and shit because the people in drive-thru, like, he'd get up to him like, I didn't order that. Like, I ordered this. Like, you need to give me this. Like, no, still give me that. I paid for that. Now give me this because I ordered this. And, like, he was just trouble, just tarting shit. And then he called us like 45 minutes later, all mad that his food was cold. I'm like, well, duh. You ordered your food like fucking an hour ago. No shit, it's cold. Well, I had to drive 45 minutes. Well, you know it's cold outside. Your dumbass is in a Jeep or whatever it was. One of those things that doesn't have a roof. Like, your shit's gonna get cold. That's not our problem. You know it's cold outside. You know you don't have fucking walls on your vehicle. Get it. You know you always go get fast food. Get an insulated bag. Fuck off. I didn't say that, but that was I heard the conversation for that one. There's a lot of them like that, but I heard one where the guy that was manager on duty. I would never take manager on duty because I'd already had that Toys R Us shit. I'd already had situations at Office Max. I'd already had situations in No Frills, like a supermarket. Like, I'm not doing it. Like, I won't do it. I won't do it. Like, I would take the job. My fucking crew under me would love me, but I would get enough complaints from customers calling the fucking 800 number, talking to corporate. Like, I would get fired for sure because I've seen it at Kmart. I've seen it at fucking Toys R Us. I've seen it, I feel like, Kmart. Yeah, Kmart they were bad there because they're fucking losing customers anyway because of Amazon, Walmart. They were doing whatever they could to stay alive. Like, I would see people just yell at cashiers, and then you'd see fucking the son of a bitch. Like, I love those well, not one of them. I love most of those managers there, and they'd be up there fucking, I'm so sorry, here's a gift card. Like, dude, fuck you. That's why they do this shit, and we're gonna have to deal with them coming and being an asshole next time too, because they know they're gonna get rewarded for it. I mean, enabling someone is one thing, like not punishing them at all, but rewarding them for it. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck off. Seriously, fuck off. And they do it where I work. I've filed those credits. I've like, cause like this morning the manager came up that he's in charge of issuing credits, refunds essentially. And he came up and said, here, we credit this. And I looked at it. I remember this order. I know this order. And it's a customer that does this shit all the time. They'll fucking put in a fucking request for fucking service, and then our fucking guys get out there and they're like, oh, we don't need it. We're going to cancel service. Like, you can't cancel at the door. You have multiple chances to cancel, including when they call. And I listen to these calls every single day. They call, we're coming out to service your account, blah, blah, blah. You want service, we're going to come out on this day, blah, blah, blah. And you don't cancel. We fucking drove out there. You know that it's part of the agreement. I've heard them described many, many times. If our guy comes out there, if you cancel at the door, there's a travel fee. It's in the fucking shit when they set up their account to begin with. There's multiple times when this comes up, they fucking know. And if they don't tell their, they don't tell their people at the door, whatever, you're going to pay $140 for the travel fee. If you're local, fuck you. And this was a credit for travel fee. So I didn't even say a word. I just looked at him, and he's like, and he immediately starts defending himself. Because he knows how I feel about this shit. I'm like, I don't want to say his name. They know if they have the chance to cancel. They know if they don't cancel, well, nothing was done. Yeah, but if we drove out there. This is just a travel fee. We drove out there. There's no labor fee. Yeah, no. I don't even think I said that. I really didn't say much. I just kind of kept giving him looks and shaking my head. I was like, I'll do it, but I don't agree with this. Like, we don't have time. Like, we're behind because of shit like this. They fucking drive a half hour to a motherfucking place out on the fucking edge of fucking town just to be fucking canceled, and fucking now they're out of job, motherfucker. And now you got to find someone that has the ability for us to come work on their shit without spending an extra 2 hours cleaning their shit out. Fuck these people, dude. They know the consequences of their actions. Don't enable them, man. He gives them so many credits. Like, dude, don't. And when after like the third or fourth time, there's one customer. I know their name. I'm not going to say it because I don't know. I assume for some reason they'll find out and then they'll get back to work. Oh, your billing guy's crying about me. Fine. They always fucking cry about it. It's like, dude, like, really? Are you seriously going to refund that? I'm like, there's only 4 hours on this bill, and there's 3 different fucking work orders this is billed for, and you want to fucking essentially, never mind. It's just like really, like, honestly, that there was more hours than this. Like, I was pulling up the work order. This one's an hour and a half. I'll only charge an hour of it. Because I know how this motherfucker is. He won't even argue with him. He's like, dude, these customers are lucky it ain't me. I'm like, no. There's one guy that I talked to because, so he had talked to the manager I won't name. He had talked to the administrative assistant up front. He had talked to both dispatchers a couple times. He had talked to, who did he talk to? I think he talked to our controller. Is that his title? No, he talked to Courtney. I've said her name enough times. And everybody's like, dude, this is legit. Like, he didn't want to pay for the labor. And it's like, bro, there's not even that much labor. He's like, are you sure? Look how long he was there. Yeah, 3 hours. He changed like fucking 6 major components. That's quick. Like, I've seen people do 5 hours at a place just cleaning an ice machine. Like, this is fair. Because he talked to me. He was trying to, I didn't realize how many people he talked to at the time. I just knew he had questions. And he was like, in your expertise, do you think, I'm like, this is actually one of the more reasonable work orders, especially for the amount of work that's done. 3 hours is rather good. Like, and it was one of our most senior techs. He may be the senior tech. I don't know if anyone's been here as long as him. I don't know if any other techs have had as many years under their belt. I really don't. He's been a tech for, I don't know, over 5 years, over 10 years, I don't know. He's been a tech for a long, long time. He's in pictures with techs I've never met, and I've been there about 3 years. So, that doesn't say much, I guess. They just have to have he just had to have been there 3 years. But he looks young in some of those pictures. How about that? Some of those techs are dead. He's been there for a long time. I'm not sure how long. I want to say like 12 years. Because he was there through all the chaos 10 years ago. So I know he's been there 10 years. He was one of the only techs that survived that. A lot of techs quit. But anyway, I didn't tell the customer all that. I was just like, no, man, this is fair. Like, I can't I can't issue any credits. I have to have our manager, who I didn't know we talked to. He's like, I'll have to have him call you back. And he was like, no, it's okay. I appreciate it. Like, no problem. And then I heard, yeah, he's been like shopping around for credits, like everybody in the building. Like, oh no, fuck that. And that's the point where if I was in anyone else's position of the chain, I would have just called him right back right then. But yeah, I just heard you've been, you don't have to call back and talk to everybody. I'm already talking to you about this. And since you've called around, like, a kid asking all of his parents and grandparents for permission after he's been told no, like, I'm not giving you any credits. Like, don't do that. Don't do that again. If you ever want to have a chance to get some kickbacks, don't ever do that again to me. If we're talking about it, let me look stuff over. Don't go calling around shopping for freebies. Dumbasses. But I am not a manager. And I won't. I just can't see myself doing it. I can see myself being a supervisor at my last job, because I don't see, like, I don't think it's going to be a problem. Even though I did tell a customer once, no, don't worry about it, it's fine. I have a 5-year-old at home. What's that supposed to mean? I mean, she throws tantrums all the time. He was literally slamming shit around. So, I mean, if I got in trouble for that, and I had to take like a sensitivity course or something, I don't remember. Worth it. I later found out his brother died, or his dad, or somebody died, which is why he was acting like a baby. And again, that was another time when I had seen the way he was talking to Andre, and that pisses me off. Don't treat my coworkers like shit, because you're not going to get anything better from me. Like, you're going to burn your bridge treating my coworker like shit, and then you're going to get to me and I'm just going to point down at the rocks and like, jump in, bitch. I'm not helping you. You burned the bridge, now fuck you. That's how it's going to be. If that fucking truck goes over, I swear to God, I'm going to start shooting at him through my window. Oh, that's a different truck. Dumb bitch. Fuck you doing, fag? Fuck over. Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to say that. I shouldn't be saying that on the internet. The F word that's not a 4-letter word. Nothing to do with sexuality. Everything to do with just dumbass twat. Totally different definition. That's the only way I knew the word when I first learned it. And gay, I think I knew gay was, but I only ever used gay like as a synonym for weird. Weird or lame. And the 3-letter F word was like dumbass bitch. 19 hole? My mom's only got 3, buddy. Sorry. You'll have to deal with that. Anyway. Is this my drink from today? I hope so. Let's find out. Dude, get the fuck over. I will stab you. Stupid fox. I know I need over, and I know this fucking lane goes away, but I'm going to try and get as far ahead of all of these goddamn people as I can. Bitch. The fuck out of here. I'm just fighty today. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you what put me in this fucking mood. So we've got this guy. He's a sweetie pie. He's a big kid. I thought he was Navy, but I guess he was Army. He is not a computer guy. He is not remotely a computer guy at all. At all. Like, he hunt and pecks to types is an understatement. He's not at all a computer guy at all, in any way, shape, or form at all. But they have him creating PowerPoints, working with spreadsheets, emailing customers, putting together quotes. Did I mention PowerPoints? They got him doing PowerPoints, fabricating contracts by hand in Microsoft Word, putting together training guides, making folder structures to organize these files. Does he understand any of it? I don't think so. Not really, no. Number one thing that I am trying to beat into his head, I have said it literally dozens of times, maybe 100 times, maybe more than 100 times. Stop using recent files to access your shit, because he relies on that, and then he completely has no fucking clue where it saves shit to. He just clicks save, and then he's fine. I see it. It's right there in recent files. And then he comes and gets me. Hey, I need to know how to do this. Okay, step one in doing that is you're going to need to know where it is. You're going to want to link to it in the last slide, and then you can skip straight to that. Well, I don't know where it is. You need to find out where it is. Well, it's right here. No, this is not the file location on the hard drive. This is where it is in your recent files. Right click, and when he right clicked to see open file location, I don't know what the fuck. So apparently I didn't know this. So when you go into they use OneDrive there because everybody fucking wants the actual fucking nerds to kill themselves, I guess, because OneDrive is a goddamn nightmare. So I didn't know. You go into the OneDrive folder where it has documents, desktop downloads, pictures, you know, that part of that, like when you go into fucking My Documents, how it used to be, it's like that, I guess. Or like when you go into the user file, when you're in like C hard drive and then go to users and then go into the user file, essentially it was that. Well, apparently literally dozens and dozens of files he's made were just dumped in that folder. That's apparently the default location for a lot of this office shit that he's been making, and it's just dumped in there. And I didn't. It took a long time to figure that shit out. And then he likes to change icons because he's new and he doesn't understand. Icons mean stuff to people. So one of the files we were looking for, I couldn't for the fucking life of me find it, because in the company folder he had I do love you, aww, you're so sweet, Mercedes? No. What is that car in front of me? Mitsubishi. Anyway, he had changed the icon of the folder to a looking glass, like a search button. A search, when you type in the search field, that magnifying glass. It was a magnifying glass. That's what we changed the icon of the folder to. So I didn't even look at that. My eyes just went right over that, because that's not a fucking folder. Well, it is a folder, and that's what I was looking for. One of the many things we were looking for. And I'm like, I'm sorry. He was getting really upset with me. And I'm like, John, I'm sorry, but step one is you got to know where your files are. And like all these things you're making for these training files, they're going to want access to them. it's a good idea to give your trainees a copy of your training documents so they can look it over. And I understand some of this stuff is in the training folders, but a lot of it's not exactly like this. And this is a pretty good resource. Put it in the fucking share drive. Put all this shit in the fucking share drive. Like, start there. Step one, know where your shit is. I've been telling him, like, stop using this reason. Stop. You're working with files. Use the file folders. Use the fucking, organize your shit. Have a folder for where you work on shit. Your, your fucking working, your fucking desktop, whatever. Your fucking edits, incomplete. I've been trying to tell him. And then he keeps changing shit, moving shit around and changing shit. Luckily, he copies things. He doesn't move things. So worst case, in most cases, there's just 5 copies of shit around. Fine, I don't care. It's all fucking Word and PDFs and shit. Fine. It's not like, well, I mean, there's some videos too. Yeah, that's another thing. I know I've complained about this, but his hard drive is 256 gigabytes. And they've got him fucking doing video editing. Do you understand that? Do you fucking understand that? You get it? I got him a 2 terabyte hard drive. I'm like, do your video editing on this. And like, no, you can't do that. It's not backed up. I'm like, well, then set it to back up, faggot. What the fuck? The fuck are you doing? What do you mean, bitch? Let him fucking just edit. It's not gonna die. It's not gonna die, bitch. Let him edit the shit here, and then he'll copy it to where it goes. Because he was filling up his hard drive in like an afternoon. Like, we would clear 60 gigs off, and he'd fill that shit up by 3 p.m. every day. And I was getting pissed off. So they changed his download folder and all that shit onto the OneDrive. So he's doing all, but then he downloads it, and it downloads real slow because it's not downloading to this computer. It's downloading and then immediately re-uploading to the OneDrive. Because it doesn't download straight to the OneDrive, which would be much faster. It downloads to the computer, and then we're stuck with all as fast as our upload speed is, which is about, I want to say 10 megabits per second or something like that. Or maybe 100 megabits per second. Like 20 megabytes. About 20 megabytes a second. And a lot of these goddamn videos are between 2 and 20 gigs. So he's got to fucking download them, and it's got to wait for it to get all uploaded in the fucking OneDrive, and then to fucking edit them, he's got to goddamn download it again, and then fucking load it into the goddamn fucking RAM and shit. Fuck. Just sucks dick. It takes so long. He was complaining it's taking a lot longer to do edits now. I'm like, yeah, I know. Because our fucking IT people don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they've ever edited a file off the cloud before, but he's not doing the editing like on a cloud server. He's not like doing he's editing locally. He's not like fucking, upload it to YouTube and edit it on YouTube. It's not like that at all. And I don't even think that exists anymore. I think they realize there's way too many videos, way too fast to do that shit. There was a period of time you could do some like image stabilization and some other edits to it on the uploaded video, but I don't think that's been a thing for a long time. But anyway, so there's just been so many problems, and right now, so he's got a little Dell laptop with 3 USB-C ports on it. One of the dongles that goes from USB-C to USB-A, that is fucked up. Because his mouse quit working this morning. So I was looking at it, I couldn't figure it. I changed the battery, I figured it was the battery. It wasn't the battery. So I just kind of squeezed it into the dongle a little bit. I didn't feel it move at all. But just just me squeezing the end of the dongle was enough. That's gay. That's gay, isn't it? Homosexual. I was touching his dongle. I was rubbing my hands all over his dongle. But anyway, so that made it work. So I was telling him, I was like, hey man, we got to get this dude a fucking computer, like with USB ports, because he's got, and he's got he's got a USB-C that goes to a like a dock or something. It's got like 2 or 3 USB ports. It's got a card reader, like a fucking, I don't even know what those SD card reader. What else is on there? And then he's got another USB. I think he's got a USB plug-in into that little fucking whatever you'd call that hub. He's got a USB-A plugged into that hub that's got a network plug, so we can hardwire in because the Wi-Fi is shit back there. It's like, get this motherfucker a real computer. Like, you've got to have some of these fucking computers sitting around. Like, I'd almost just give him mine, and then, goddamn it, I'll bring in a fucking computer to hook up, because it's just browsers anyway. I'll just throw 32 gigs in one of my computers at home that I'm not using, and bring that motherfucker in. Fuck, man. You gotta be shitting me. And then one of the other guys that he has me looking at his shit a lot, he's got the exact same Dell laptop, except his is plugged into a fucking dock or whatever, where you can plug his 2 monitors in, and Ethernet and fucking USB and all this shit. And like, I asked the one guy, the other guy there that knows tech stuff, I don't think he knows nearly as much as me, because he didn't understand when I said, do you know if we have drivers for those docks? Because the way the screens are acting, that's a driver issue somewhere, because they're flickering on and off and in and out and whatever. And if you plug them directly into I took one of his screens and plugged it into my computer and both of my ports, and it works fine with his cord. I used his cord, I didn't use my cord. Make sure his cord was okay too. It's that fucking dock. Guaranteed, it's that fucking dock. And it might just be a fucking driver issue. Just update the goddamn driver. It may have fucking 8-year-old drivers on that motherfucker. Who the fuck knows? It may not even have proper drivers at all. It may just be like some jerry-rig drivers that fucking aren't even supported. But because that happens, sometimes you can use, incompatible drivers, but it'll still barely work. Could be. Like, get him a fucking computer too. Just get him something with video ports on it, 2 of them, because we're all using dual monitors. Well, except for the guy that uses recent files. Naked and young. Might be too young, buddy. So I'll be drinking when I get home, that's for sure. I've got beer. I'm not going to go home and get fucking sloshed. Just a couple drinks. Take my fucking, whatever that little pill is that helps my anxiety calm down a lot. I don't understand the physics of it. I'm not a chemist. It's going to knock me out, because alcohol mixed with that shit always knocks me out, but I don't give a fuck. I will be going to sleep, and if I'm still like awake, I'll stream. Drink bleach, motherfucker.